says he did it first though without a bug. Man, he hit for over 700 mil. Sharp party with Layla at. Who got partner this year? J Gigs, Uncle Patches, Smiley, and Mr. Tham. Big shout to Saffron Man. He the one that got us all hit. Can't forget Hell Hades helped us all to optimize gear. Doom Tower trying to do it fast, so we all gotta comp with us here. Or just use Chris. Like Kenpachi says, I've been imagining the day that I could beat the Rayzilla monster. Gonna need a savage set, crit rate on attack chest. Gear cleanse, you be lucky if you get a gear cleanse. Front one, a mass bench stress, trying to roll substats. Will it be speed, will it be flat? CVC got me click, clack, click, clack, click. Like a lab rat is H-dub, you can ask chat. Yo, Gigs, tell him what's next.
Get a pack free, sadly, never happening. Keep 'em mad with the packs we bring. I can't be taking that heat. Take it back to brackets, the Halloween ring. Look at my stat sheet. What attracts these people is my greatness, bitch. Like a 10x with a Valkyrie, like fat chicks. You never gonna grab me, neither. RNG the menace, here to dominate. I'm greatest ever nominate. I'm getting inside the beat like I'm a surgeon. Time to operate. I'm cutting everything. My lip is gonna bleed with the skill above every fucking body. And I'm debilitating every rabbit. Thinking they can integrate him. And I'm making body. You're afraid of pain, but on my body. One of them, they're gonna spin it anyway. Cause you ain't shit. I'm any villain.
Throw a capital J in the chat for Mr. JR Star 3. Show him some love and support here. Thank you so much, brother. It was just a couple minutes here, guys, and we'll be ready for the show.
I'm invisible, I'm inexplicable, I'm unequivocal, I'm unforgivable, I'm fucking biblical, an orange criminal. You never catch him digital, they got our radar ruler. Man, stop.
Keep you know I'm bringing force like I'm Anakin. Torment got you frozen, now you pose like a mannequin. Solo with that crimson and Bumblebee my witness. No heart like I'm Harvest from January to Christmas. You don't wanna miss this, more fusions. Welcome to Teleria. Miscreate when I stepped in. Plat reset is risky. Like Clambo sending you back to the Bastion. System is getting landed. Dude, Legos are getting unfolded now. 100k that's Hades, 100k that's Ash. 100 mil on CB shouts to Deadwood, that's that. One artifact that's 5 mil. One amulet, that's 10. CC's killing off this beat, murder raking with that pen. I've got my mask on like Jensen. Victor holding records like weights out of bench press. Samurai Shing in arena with my Shadakin. Jemba when now you're panicking. Skull crowns are getting taken out. Death Knight like Layla Fox. Sharp pulls for that summon rush. 3k subs in 8 months. Wanna shout you for all the love. Community we keep it strong. Valerian back and forth just like ping pong. Maybe in 5 years we'll get that Hydra boss. Forget a monster. You can call us Rayzillas. Sacreds. I don't wanna see ice like frost bringers. Some say YST you've got a cold heart. Yo Smiley come and bring that heat like Ignatius.
Monster. If things don't go my way, then I'm gonna have to crunch you. Feed you to my chest, to the tavern where we go soon. I can't wait to see where this is going, what you gon' do. I don't give a damn how you feel, oh boo-hoo. Rayzilla, fire spit a monster. Shards of the dance floor, Louis V carpet. Fire, Rayzilla, fire. Monster. Shards on the dance floor, Louis V carpet.
He quit wake with a clickbait, got paid, I made, I rate viz. Flow like nitrate, my fate is. Show you where my knife blade ends. Better hope we then bring the friends. Dopamine and the dopamine. Crack your skull like an opening. Star 2X, here we go again. I'm a universe of death and I'm beyond your comprehension. I'll decapitate that fool if he enters my dimension. Alone in my life now, I don't need your permission. Boot all my cheaters out, call that CC suspension. Hair like extension, but without all the excuses. Looking for a top, I've been feeling all your nooses. I don't know when to stop, I be violating truces. Someone needs to do this, let me show you where the truth is. Clickbait like Medusa, your views are what I use. Like the words on my hoodie, I need a mirror to get through. You should fear the tubes, I've been deadly with the blues. I've been known to kill a synth, I'm a shepherd of the news.
Monster. If things don't go my way, then I'm gonna have to crunch you. Feed you to my chest, to the tavern where we go soon. I can't wait to see where this is going, what you gon' do. I don't give a damn how you feel, oh boo-hoo. Rayzilla, fire spitter monster. Shards of the dance floor, Louis V carpet. Fire. Rayzilla, fire. Monster. Shards on the dance floor, Louis V carpet.
2021, what a year. Bittersweet is coming to an end. We gon' highlight a few things for the free to play and those to spin. Geomancer bro for one day, got us all hitting like Victor Tez. He did it first though without a bug, man he hit for over 700 mil. Sharp party with Layla at, who got partner this year. J Gigs, Uncle Patches, Smiley and Mr. Tham. Big shout to Saffron Man, he the one that got us all hit. Can't forget Hell Hades, helped us all to optimize gear. Doom Tower trying to do it fast, so we all got a comp with us here. Or just use Chris, like Kenpachi says. I've been imagining the day that I could beat the Rayzilla monster. Gonna need a savage set, crit rate on attack chest. Gear cleanse, you be lucky if you get a gear cleanse. Front one a mess, bench stress, trying to roll substats. Will it be speed, will it be flat? CVC got me click, clack, click, clack, click like a lab rat. Is H-dub, you can ask chat. Yo Gigs, tell him what's next.
Get a pack free, sadly, never happening. Keep 'em mad with the packs we bring. I can't be taking that heat. Take it back to brackets, the Halloween ringer. Look at my stat sheet. What attracts these people is my greatness, bitch. Like a 10x with a Valkyrie, like fat chicks. You never gonna grab me, neither. RNG the menace, here to dominate, I'm greatest ever nominate. I'm getting inside the beat like I'm a surgeon, time to operate. I'm cutting him again, my lyrics gonna blade him with the skill up above every fucking body in the game, debilitating every rapper thinking they can integrate him and make anybody who playing right afraid to pay, but don't nobody want it, but they're gonna spin it anyway. Cause y'all beginning to see that I'm an evil, I'm a killer. You need to seal him, a thriller me. I'm a Liam Manila, you bringing the villain within me out of me. You don't wanna be here when I feel the behemoth to listen to me. I keep it raving, call me Cena, cause they're really seeing me. I'm the deity of rapidity, cause of the speed of killing any affinity. Motherfucker, you better run or you fit to be deadly free to play. It's like 300% of you players couldn't beat a tenth of me. I'm at it to diminish you, bitch. I'm despicable. You wanna battle, I'm unkillable. I'm rolling with this, it's invisible. I'm inexplicable. I'm unequivocal. I'm unforgivable. I'm fucking biblical and orange criminal. You never get your digital. The god I rate a roller.
Let me
stop.
get some of your feedback right now before we start the show.
Magic keep, you know I'm bringing force like I'm Anakin. Torment got you frozen, now you pose like a mannequin. Solo with that crimson and Bumblebee my witness. No heart like I'm Harvest, from January to Christmas. You don't wanna miss this, more fusions. Welcome to Teleria, miscreate when I stepped in. Plat reset is risky, like Clambo sending you back to the Bastion. System is getting landed, dude, Legos are getting unfolded now. 100k that's Hades, 100k that's Ash. 100 mil on CB shouts to Deadwood, that's that. One artifact that's 5 mil, one amulet that's 10. CC's killing off this beat, murdering king with that pen. I've got my mask on like Jensen. Victor holding records like weights out of bench press. Samurai Shing in arena with my Shanakin. Jemba when now you're panicking. Skull crowns are getting taken out. Death night like Layla Fox. Sharp pulls for that summon rush. 3K subs in 8 months. Wanna shout you for all the love. Community we keep it strong. Valerian back and forth just like ping pong. Maybe in 5 years we'll get that Hydra boss. Forget a monster. You can call us raid zillas. Sacreds. I don't wanna see ice like frost bringers. Some say YST you've got a cold heart. Yo Smiley come and bring that heat like Ignatius.
Monster. If things don't go my way, then I'm gonna have to crunch you. Feed you to my chest, to the tavern where we go soon. I can't wait to see where this is going, what you gon' do. I don't give a damn how you feel, oh boo-hoo. Rayzilla, fire spit a monster. Shards of the dance floor, Louis V carpet. Fire, Rayzilla, fire. Monster, shards on the dance floor, Louis V carpet.
Heard he quit waking with a clickbait, got paid, I made, I rate viz. Flow like nitrate, my fate is. Show you where my knife blade ends. Better hope we then bring the friends. Dopamine and the dopamine. Crack your skull like an opening. Shark 2X, here we go again. I'm a universe of death and I'm beyond your comprehension. I'll decapitate that fool if he enters my dimension. Alone in my life now, I don't need your permission. Boot all my cheaters out, call that CC suspension. Hair like extension, but without all the excuses. Looking for a top, I've been feeling all your nooses. I don't know when to stop, I be violating truces. Someone needs to do this, let me show you where the truth is. Clickbait like Medusa, your views are what I use. Like the words on my hoodie, I need a mirror to get through. You should fear the tubes, I've been deadly with the blues. I've been known to kill a synth, I'm a shepherd of the news.
Monster. If things don't go my way, then I'm gonna have to crunch you. Feed you to my chest, to the tavern where we go soon. I can't wait to see where this is going, what you gon' do. I don't give a damn how you feel, oh boo-hoo. Rayzilla, fire spit a monster. Shards of the dance floor, Louis V carpet. Fire, Rayzilla, fire. Monster, shards on the dance floor, Louis V carpet.
2021, what a year. Bittersweet is coming to an end. We gon' highlight a few things for the free to play and those to spin. Geomancer bro for one day, got us all hand like Victor Tez. He did it first though without a bug, man he hit for over 700 mil. Sharp party with Layla at, who got partner this year. J Gigs, Uncle Patches, Smiley and Mr. Tham. Big shout to Saffron Man, he the one that got us all hit. Can't forget Hell Hades, helped us all to optimize gear. Doom Tower trying to do it fast, so we all gotta comp with us here. Or just use Chris, like Kenpachi says. I've been imagining the day that I could beat the Rayzilla monster. Gonna need a savage set, crit rate on attack chest. Gear cleanse, you be lucky if you get a gear cleanse. Front one mass bench stretch, trying to roll subs fast. Will it be speed, will it be flat? CVC got me click, clack, click, clack, click like a lab rat. Is H-dub, you can ask chat. Yo Gigs, tell him what's next.
Get a pack free, sadly, never happening. Keep 'em mad with the packs we bring. I can't be taking that heat. Take it back to brackets, the Halloween ringer. Look at my stat sheet. What attracts these people is my greatness, bitch. Like a 10x with a Valkyrie, like fat chicks. You never gonna grab me, neither. RNG the minutes here to dominate him, greatest ever nominate him. Get inside the beat like I'm a surgeon, time to operate. I'm cutting him again, my lyrics gonna blade him with the skill up above every fucking body in the game, debilitating every rapper thinking they can integrate him and make anybody who playing right afraid to pay, but don't nobody want it, but they're gonna spin it anyway. Cause y'all beginning to see that I'm a villain, I'm a killer. You need to seal him, a thriller me. I'm a Liam Manila, you bringing the villain within me out of me. You don't wanna be here when I free the behemoth to listen me. I keep it raving, call me Cena, cause they're in the sea of me. I'm the deity of rapidity, increasing the speed of killing any affinity. Motherfucker, you better run or you finna be dead like free to play in silver 300% of you players couldn't beat a tenth of me. I'm at it to diminish you, bitch. I'm despicable. You wanna battle, I'm unkillable. I'm rolling with Dutch, invisible. I'm inexplicable. I'm unequivocal. I'm unforgivable. I'm fucking biblical. An orange criminal. You never catch him digital. The god I radar ruler. Man, stop.
keep, you know I'm bringing force like I'm Anakin. Told me got you frozen, now you pose like a mannequin. Solo with that crimson and Bumblebee my witness. No heart like I'm Harvest, from January to Christmas. You don't wanna miss this, more fusions. Welcome to Teleria, miscreate when I stepped in. Plat reset is risky, like Clambo sending you back to the Bastion. System is getting landed, dude, Legos are getting unfolded now. 100k that's Hades, 100k that's Ash. 100 mil on CB shouts to Deadwood, that's that. One artifact that's 5 mil, one amulet that's 10. CC's killing off this beat, murdering king with that pen. I've got my mask on like Jensen. Victor holding records like weights out of bench press. Samurai Shing in arena with my Shanakin. Jemba when now you're panicking. Skull crowns are getting taken out. Death Knight like Layla Fox. Sharp pulls for that summon rush. 3k subs in 8 months. Wanna shout you for all the love. Community we keep it strong. Valerian back and forth just like ping pong. Maybe in 5 years we'll get that Hydra boss. Forget a monster. You can call us Raid Zillas. Sacreds. I don't wanna see ice like Frost Bringers. Some say YST you've got a cold heart. Your Smiley come and bring that heat like Ignatius.
Monster. If things don't go my way, then I'm gonna have to crunch you. Feed you to my chest, to the tavern where we go soon. I can't wait to see where this is going, what you gon' do. I don't give a damn how you feel, oh boo-hoo. Rayzilla, fire spit a monster. Shards of the dance floor, Louis V carpet. Fire, Rayzilla, fire. Monster. Shards on the dance floor, Louis V carpet.
Heard he quit waking with the clickbait, got paid, I made I raid viz. Flow like nitrate, my fate is. Show you where my knife blade ends. Better hope we can bring the friends. Dopamine and the dopamine. Crack your skull like an opening. Start 2x, here we go again. I'm a universe of death and I'm beyond your comprehension. I'll decapitate that fool if he enters my dimension. Alone in my life now, I don't need your permission. Boot all my
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Knights of Teleria. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today on this beautiful Sunday. Thank you very much to Mr. JR Star 3 for that huge raid. Appreciate you, brother. Much love, much love. Enjoy your day off today. And hey, happy Cinco de Mayo to anybody who celebrates it. Happy Orthodox Easter to anybody who celebrates it. And happy 20th anniversary for me and my wife. I've been with her for 20 years. That's insane. That's insane. Oh man, you know, we met when I was 19, she was 17, and we've been together ever since. So, yeah. But hey, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Raid has announced a whole new roadmap where we're going to have some huge things coming our way. Epic Champion Empowerment. They're going to start actually giving rewards to everybody, participation rewards for Hydra Clash, and a lot more, right? But before we get into that, let's introduce my co-host for the show today. In the top red box, we have the Streamer of the Year, guys. Let's get a big hype for that. Streamer of the Year, Mr. FinalKenpachi. Ken, how are you, brother? Wait, I'm muted? Who's muted? I can't. I'm not muted. I don't think so. It shows I'm muted. You're muted. Let me see. How about now? Can you guys hear us? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I think, nope, I have the right microphone in. Ken. Okay, so they can hear. You only hear me, but you can't hear anybody else. All right, let me change some stuff here. Let me see here. Sorry about that, guys. I recently switched over to a different. Oh, you know what? This is probably why. Let's try this again. All right.
Whoa.
We've got
Mic check,
the
1, 2.
Streamer of the Year award.
Hello.
Mr. FinalKenpachi.
Yeah.
Let's go now.
Let's go again.
Give it up.
All right, big hype in the chat from Mr. FinalKenpachi over here, guys.
Sauce. He said you can leave me muted.
Oh All right.
Okay, we're good.
All right, say it all again. Come on, finals. Yeah, say exactly what you said.
I said like, thank you guys. I'm a little bit sick, but after I become a streamer of the year, I don't want to miss my first night of the TELERIA show. So here I am. Hopefully you guys doing good. Thank you so much for the supporting, guys. Appreciate for it.
All right, great.
Thank you, guys.
Congrats, man, on that. That was
I wore a tuxedo just for you, sir.
Thank you, man.
You know, I'm sitting here and I was watching it, and as soon as they announced your name, I just like jumped right out of my desk. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "I know him. I know him."
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
But right underneath you in the blue box, we have G Mills, also known as Gestal Gaming. Brother, how are you, Ben? Any crazy shard pulls yet?
Nah, man, I didn't pull shards at all this week. Guess I've just been waiting for our new fusion to come out, hanging on to shards. Just a pretty amazing week of live arena action all day. Polymorph and Armon's first picks.
Oh god, don't even get me caught into that. Like, yeah. And you know, right next to me over here, to my, I guess my right to the left. I don't know. It's done something, but we've got the guy who decided to skip town on us last week just so he can go to a wedding. Like, who does that? Who plays?
No, he played Nerf something with his kids instead.
So it started out when I told you I would be missing. It was gonna be a wedding, and the wife was making us all go. But then my kid got a birthday invitation to the same thing, and my wife was like, "Oh, we'll go to the wedding first and go to that." And I didn't want to go to the wedding. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I didn't even know the people. And so I was smart enough to be like, "Well, honey, don't you think I should take the kids to the wedding or to this birthday party, which ended up being a Nerf war, and you should go to the wedding?" So that's what ended up happening, and I'm glad we did it because only like 4 kids showed up to the little boy's birthday party. But we had a big blast, Nerf war. And it ended up being a win-win situation. So either way, I was occupied. When I first told you, it started out as a wedding, but then morphed into something else, which was more exciting for me because, you know, running around sniping kids with Nerf guns is a whole lot more fun than attending a boring wedding of people you don't know. So,
you do know that we're live, right? And your wife could probably watch this because I do leave the VODs on. Yeah,
it's fine. She knows. She knew.
He's going to sleep on the couch tonight. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay.
It won't be the first time. And how are you doing, BLAZIN? How was your week?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's my last week off before I go back to work. Starting, actually, tomorrow I go back to work. So we're going to be changing some things up on the channel and the streams. Not the Sunday stream, but during the regular streams, we're going to start streaming a little more. But yeah, it's been kind of fun trying to get some things done here. But hey, let me ask you guys, what is your favorite sitcom of all time? Something you watched whether you were a child or now? Like, what is the one that you will never, ever get sick of? Let's go ahead and let's start with Mr. Zero Brew.
Yeah, so it's technically like a sitcom would be like Family Matters or Freshman's Bel-Air or whatever. But I have to go, and this is like mini skits. My absolute favorite of all time, and I will watch it, I will quote it. I still know the quotes today. It was In Living Color. And I know that's technically not a sitcom, it's a bunch of mini skits, but LaWanda, I did the LaWanda face. Hey, you know, 4 snaps in a Z formation. I do it all. I know all the things. That's where all the legends got started. Jim Carrey and the Wayans brothers and David Allen Greer and all, you know, Jamie Foxx, J-Lo, all those people got their start there. And it was
a great show.
Fantastic. I will watch it today. Homie, don't play that.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Gestal, what about you, man?
Man, there's so many good ones. I would say honestly, one of the most influential sitcoms for me at least has to be Seinfeld. Like, I feel like there's so many times where I'm like, man, I'm not going to double dip that chip. I know too many people know about double dipping the chip, right? Like, there's too many little things like that have like almost shaped my life, which might not be a good thing. It could be, I don't know. But Seinfeld, one of the best shows ever. I would say, but like lately, like if I throw, like I like to put on shows like that to kind of go to bed, to just like, I don't need to watch it. I just need something to get my mind out of my head, and I can just pass out. And I throw on The Big Bang Theory, man. I don't know why I like that show. But,
Okay. All right. What about you, Mr. Ken?
Sitcom is like short TV show, right?
Situational comedy.
Yeah, situational comedy. You know, stuff like Family Matters, Steve Urkel.
Is South Park count?
South Park? Yeah, I don't know. Chad,
I mean,
what do you
I
think?
really didn't watch them. So I'm not
think
sure.
let South Park go. You know,
I know South Park,
Like The
but I actually
Office.
I actually wait on like winter to watch it, you know, like even if they release it sometime on the summer, I don't watch. I wait in winter, you know. I always love South Park. I don't know. I like the South Park.
Okay. All right. South Park. Chad, I'm interested to find out what you guys have. What are your, you know, which one it is that you guys like the most? For me, it was tough because like I love sitcoms. I used to watch All in the Family. I used to watch a lot of the older ones like Nanny Fine, you know, that really annoying voice, Fran Dresser. You know, but yeah. But I have to say, like, my favorite of all time that I can never get sick and tired of is Scrubs. I love that show.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
a
I
great
could
show.
sit there and watch every single season of it over and over and over again. Like, it's just one of my favorites. So,
And I would say for a traditional one, and it just popped in my head when you said Scrubs, my favorite probably was How I Met Your Mother. I really love that.
that's also a good one as well too. How I Met Your Mother is a very good one.
Just throw one out there for the rest of you guys. Sorry, there's Zero.
Oh,
Throw one else out there for people who haven't heard of it. News Radio is one of the best. There's only 5 seasons of it. It was Phil Hartman. He got unfortunately offed by his wife in the 4th season, so they pretty much ended after 5. But Andy Dick, Joe Rogan, what's his name? The Canadian dude that's super funny. Amazing show. Check it out. News Radio, 5 seasons.
Okay. I did watch because Ken was talking about this like 2 weeks ago. What it's called, Fallout. Have you guys gotten to watch
Fallout
that
TV
at all
show.
yet?
Oh, I need to watch that. People have been talking
It's
about
awesome. It's amazing.
it. Yeah,
I
haven't seen it yet.
have gotten through, and no spoilers, but I will tell you right now, taking a fantasy world and converting it to television movie, whatever, best adaptation of anything
Really?
that I've
All right.
ever seen or done.
Yep.
If you've ever seen any of the games or any of that stuff.
I played
because-
Fallout Shelter forever.
Okay.
Oh, you are gonna love it.
Because, I mean, they talk about bottle caps and Radaway and
Yeah, I know
you know,
about
the
all
little
of it.
stat, you're like, all that kind of stuff. And again, that's not a
Okay.
spoiler. You can see that all throughout the thing.
Yeah,
but
like
stim
there is lots of
packs
things
and-
from games.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
best
watched it.
adaptation
I gotta watch
of
it.
going over, and they do a really good job at telling the story.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty picky about stuff.
And Ron Swanson is
Oh,
probably the best character in a sitcom ever. Ron
Parks and
Swanson.
Rec.
I love
Yes.
Parks and Rec is seriously
Parks and
one of the best.
Recreation.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
looking at.
I was
Chad
gonna
here.
say that, but there was only a few seasons of that one too. So
I'm looking at chat here. We've got Friends is one of them. Let's see here. What else we got?
Oh yeah, Friends, Afterlife.
Yeah, Afterlife. But there's definitely a lot of them.
Yeah, and then
But,
two. Just one I got through was the Shogun one. I don't know if you've seen
I
that
haven't
one.
seen it. Yeah, a lot of
Oh,
people
it
said
was
that's
amazing.
good.
Was
Yeah,
amazing,
I watched
and then
it.
one
Man,
that I
the
just
actors are playing insanely good on that one.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the
insane.
episode 8 was like top, you know.
Yeah, it's basically Game
gotta
of Thrones
watch
with
both.
Japanese skin.
Bro.
Like it's amazing, especially if you like the culture and stuff too, because all that gets brought in. And then finally, I started Parish. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
I haven't heard
I have
that.
not.
What they said it in my chat, and I forgot the Estradio or whatever, the dude that was the chicken thing and the chicken restaurant owner and the drug show. What was it? A brain fart. Come on, Chad, help me out. But anyway, it's really good. Shows you how good it is. I don't even know
The
what
show
I'm talking
I can't
about.
tell you the name of. the name that it spawned from. I think I would show you. Yeah, Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
So the dude that ran
I've
the
never
chicken
seen
restaurant.
that.
Okay.
Paulus Hermanos.
But I knew that's what you were talking about. I just couldn't think of the name.
Oh, Breaking Bad
His
is
name
amazing.
is Giannassaro Esposito.
Yep.
In the show, and he's first of all, he's an amazing actor, but I've watched the first 3 episodes and I want to watch it. I just want to like power through it. It's really good. So anyway, all right, I'm done.
All right. So hey, this week has been a big week in Raid. We it's been some time since we got one of these, and they gave us another what's coming up in Raid with a roadmap. And I gotta say, I was excited for Centranos, but I'm excited for this even more. Like, I think they probably should have led with this instead of Centranos. I just feel like this is so much better, right? So we have tavern improvements that are coming into the game, which are going to be huge.
I mean,
are those coming as early as Thursday?
We have not been told when they're coming. I tried to poke and
I think they said next patch.
Yeah, they said that on the
next patch is Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, we should by tomorrow.
With diffusion, I think.
If it is this week, tomorrow we'll get one of those videos, like explainer videos with that dude.
That's true.
Dude's voice. I think that we'll get that this week. If it is this week, we'll get that probably tomorrow or Tuesday.
But I'm really excited about those, and we're gonna kick it off starting with that first, right? Because it seems like they've done a lot of things that ordinarily that we've been asking, and another competitor has kind of had their hat in the ring with it. But doing what they're doing right now, and the biggest feature that I like out of these 3 is actually the where is it right here? The auto ranking. I don't know why it's doing this to me. The auto ranking champions, right? Watcher of Realms has this. Jesus,
every mobile game have that.
This right here is probably the best feature for me. This is what I love the most about what is coming. I am so freaking excited about this. Now, the fact that they're also doing this with the I would have preferred that we were able to feed the champions into like some sort of XP brew or something. But the fact that we're able to just auto select and instant put all of these champions back in, I think it's going to make the fusions a lot easier. But I do have a little bit of a warning, and I think this is going to happen. Now that we are going to be able to feed so many champions at a time, our points for the summon rushes are going to start coming up. Can you guys guess why? Ken?
No.
Gestal?
You mean champion training, by the way?
Quicker to do?
No. Not champion training. Champion summons and rush.
Oh, champion chase.
Champion chase and rush. Yeah.
You think there'll be more points there due to the change in the tavern?
Exactly.
No, I don't think so.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right. I'm sitting on 6,000 mystery shards. Do you know how easy it's going to be now for me to just not have to use my primals, sacreds, or voids during the fusions?
Yeah, but you cannot get 6,000 mystery shard every time, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you run out of mystery shards real quick, and once you run out of them, you're not going to have them anymore.
You cannot buy them.
You'll be able to do it once or twice.
You think so, but I think.
Bro, I had 25,000. I had 25. I don't do campaign anymore. All my champ training's done in like Fire Knight or Ice Golem or even Sand Devils. Like I don't do campaign at all. I was at 25,000 mystery shards. And I went as low as 6,000 before I started buying them in the marketplace again. Like I went through 19,000 pretty quick. It goes pretty quick, man.
I think, because even my alt account or my $10 whale account, I'm not too concerned about it now being able to do the fusion, because once this comes through, if I just farm campaign, I mean, I put in whatever I need to farm in for the champ training, especially for an account like that, I'm going to get the shards back. So they're going to be worth it.
I mean,
and
Yeah, but game doesn't let you to farm the campaign. Like we are always busy on the tournament. You know, they say like farm dragon, farm spider, farm sun devil.
I mean, I hope they don't do it. But
Hopefully not.
But you guys do remember the
certainly
point in
could be.
time where we saw, the packs for, what was it, 15,000 mystery shards?
Yeah,
Those
but it was
could
a
be coming
joke,
back.
isn't it?
No. Back when CVC first came out, we had those
Oh.
packs dropping because you were getting more. You were literally getting, I think it was like 500 points for an uncommon champion to be booked. And so people were just pulling the mystery shards because it was like the easiest points that you could get. So I could very well see them coming back up and starting to monetize the mystery shards.
Oh gosh.
I don't know. What do you guys think, chat? Let me know. Like it's it looks good, but I do have a couple of things.
I'll take it. I'll still take it to have a better
Yeah,
tavern, man. Honestly,
Same.
I'm
No,
not,
I
but
want
like-
a better tavern, bro. I
I'm not
want
saying I
all
wouldn't
this.
take
This
it.
is-
I'm just saying I think it's gonna come with some things in mind that we've already
Potentially.
seen the points and flux, right, on a lot of the other things, but I think like this might actually come into it. The other thing I really want to talk about is where are we? Right here. Nope. The stacking. I don't know about you guys, but it has been a complete pain every time you got to book a champion. Chickens, especially. How many chickens are you guys sitting on? 3 stars, 2 stars that are just sitting there, and you got to sit there and level and click them in. I'm loving the fact that we're starting to get everything just one space for it. One space. What do you guys think? Like, is this a feature that's going to keep you happy? Let's go Zero.
Yeah, I think. I don't know about keep me happy, but like I said, I think we talked about this one other time before. Like the slider bar, it looks like we have that now. Hopefully they can lock. Well, they've always had the slider bar for that, but hopefully they can lock it in where I don't have to hit it every time and say, okay, I want to use 6, potions or whatever. And the one thing that I always said was I want them to stack chickens together, and I actually just burned through like 154-star chickens on this last round. I still have 217, but scrolling through those silly chickens is ridiculous. So hopefully, stacking this would be awesome. And then I just have concerns. Like the screenshots they showed sound great. I think my only concern, just to throw this out there to get it out of my brain and out in the space here, is for Champ Chase tournaments, like you want to put the pots into your champions, right? Like 2 into 3 stars, 4. I put 6 into 4 stars, and then whatever, 7 into 7 stars. But it would be nice if that feature you just had up on the screen, BLAZIN, allowed, because the screenshots you showed, like they're not leveled, right?
Right.
So I think I would really like to see them incorporate, hey, I want those, like just to use those for example, the two 1-star chickens that are the same as the common champion. Like I want the option to put 1 brew into both of those and then feed it into the 2-star to make it a 3-star. Like combine those pieces together. And I worry when they roll this out, it's still going to be clunky in those aspects.
Yeah, in the Watcher of Ram, it's exactly like that, by the way. Like
Yeah.
there is an XP brew, it's automatically using XP brew to level up the foot champion, then rank up them, and it's going like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the only thing it's not doing is it's not ranking them up. It's not ranking these champions up to like level 7 or 10 that we would want. I think that's what he's saying. And
You're talking efficiently, yeah.
Yeah, I that's trying to be as efficient as possible. But I agree. Like, I would love to see that kind of feature put in, where we kind of come in and we say, okay, all 1-star or 2-star champions, feed them 1 brew or something like that. I don't think they're gonna go that far, as much as I would love to. But Gestal, what are your thoughts, man?
I love this. I don't know. I have probably 400 4-star chickens, and every time you go from the bottom, you got to scroll all the way up to get through them.
400, holy shit.
Yeah. So, well, bro, I don't even want to go through it. It's champ training to me is the worst thing in the world. I don't have room for champ training at this point. I have whatever. We don't need to get into it, but they need to figure out something better than champ training, because I literally have 5-star chicken incubus in my whole right vault, and in the reserve vault.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna have to start feeding them just to get rid of them. I don't know what else to do. So whatever. But that's why I have so many chickens, because I have to use the other ones to get rid of them. But this does make it better in obviously not having to scroll through so much. Makes significantly more sense. So I like it. I love all the tavern changes. In fact, I think they could do a couple more. I do think the fact that they basically brought the filter from the champ section up to the tavern section was genius. We're already acclimated to it. It's going to give us a lot easier way to kind of thumb through things in different areas. So I think a huge win. Definitely the best thing that they'll probably do this year. Although the rest of the roadmap looks awesome. This is the thing they had to change. They absolutely had to change this. Yeah. So I'm glad they're doing it first, and I'm glad it's hopefully soon.
I agree. I think I'm gonna have to rewrite all of my macros for BlueStacks, because that's what I use for my champ trading to just kind of get it done, right? Because it's just like, it's easy just to set it, walk away, go get a cup of coffee, come back like 5 minutes later. Oh, they're all brewed up, they're all ready to go, they're all fed. Let's do this. But yeah, I think like it's definitely great. Ken, what about you, man? What are your thoughts?
Man, they finally listened to us. Right in or their 5th anniversary, right? 5th
anniversary, yeah.
And thank you. Thank you. Like at this point, we was always talking about that. I believe 2 weeks ago we talked about that, like people making fun about it, man. Like there is no game like that without this tavern quality of life. And it's not like you are not sending rocket to the Mars, it can't be that hard. Thankfully, we are having now. I believe it's coming with the Fusion next week, but we don't know the official release date, guys. They don't share with us, so I'm surprised they shared the roadmap, because they was also scared of the roadmap. If you guys remember the first roadmap,
I feel like this one is a lot more. This one is a lot more attainable though than that.
So people are already making joke about it. Like for example, artifact preset coming in 2030. Access filter 2035.
Well, it was when I started my video about it, was the first thing I said. It was like, the last time we got one of these, it took them like 3 years. And I was looking for like the best meme to put on. And I came across one of like a little kid that was like, shh, positive vibes. I can't do negative vibes today. Positive vibes. Positive. It was just so funny, so perfect on time. And I was just like laughing, cracking up, looking at it. But yeah, I've seen some people that are like, yeah, okay, we'll see the Hydra Clash participation rewards. We'll see those in like 5 years. It only took them 5 years to do this.
Hopefully not. So in general, I'm really happy about Tavern improvement. Obviously, I'm not sure they are going to increase the point for the champion training. I don't think they are going to do it on the Summon event, but champion training maybe. Obviously, be careful about the Bane snipe, guys, because this is going to help more to get snipe. Same for the CVC, you can also stack your book now. You don't have to click one time one. You can also use your book on the champion training tournament and CVC. So be careful about that. To be honest, I was expecting they are gonna increase the fusion recruitment on the tournament and event. I believe we didn't see that yet, right, guys? Since the Synchronous released it. Because we can get some extra resources there, right? I think since the Synchronous released it, fusions are pretty much same.
So far.
Actually, kind of easy. Especially like the one I don't want to mention about him. Everybody have him, thankfully. So yeah, in general, I'm okay with the Tavern improvement. So cannot wait to talk about the rest of the stuff.
Okay. So yeah,
it's my favorite, by the way. This is my favorite Tavern.
Tavern improvements?
Yeah, man.
I'm glad they started with that one.
Bro, this mouse expensive. They have a life limit, okay? I don't want to click that 1111. I actually have a separate mouse, cheap one. Sometimes I connect that during the champion training. Whenever there was a Harima, 5-star, I actually use that mouse. It's expensive, man.
I just got carpal tunnel, that's all. Click. But I think starting off with the tavern was definitely a great one. Like I said, like you just mentioned, Ken, though, I do have a concern about the whole sniping thing because, you know, somebody like you can come in last minute and, you know, we already know that we have to have a pretty wide lead because of the books and everything else, right? But we can now almost instantaneously put up 30, 40,000 points just like that.
Yep.
And so, you know, imagine having this kind of event with like an archer type of thing or a Krisk type level. Like, people are just going to come right in and you're not even going to know it till the very last second. So, you know, word of caution, don't count on trying to win these champion training tournaments anymore. Zero, you look like you had something you want to say.
Well, no, I was just thinking, I wonder if there's a way for them to combat that, like the last hour of a thing, turn off the features or something.
I don't think they would do that.
No, I don't think they would either.
Everybody's time is different, right?
Yeah.
So your time is a little bit different than mine. My time is a little bit different than Ken's. Sure. So they wouldn't be able to turn it off at the very last minute. But yeah, I see that becoming a real big problem soon. You know, and that, I think that's probably going to cause the most controversy behind this improvement. But hey, we've been asking for it. It took 5 years. We'll take it. We're happy for it. The next one is Epic Champion Empowerment, guys. Holy shit. I mean, you know, we got the legendary, we got the mythical ones. It was about goddamn time we got this, right? Epic Champion Empowerment is actually one of my biggest things, like, especially as somebody who pulls a lot of shards for videos and stuff like that. Like, I feel we could have so many champions that are just sitting in the vault, like my Magnar, right? Magnar used to be one of the best arena nukers because of his A2, right? Exactly. And, you know, granted, I don't think we're going to get to like a +4, but I do think we'll get to like a +2. Maybe if they do go to a +4, the stats won't be as crazy, but I'm excited about this. Now, let me ask you guys.
So you're saying they might limit and just go to 2, not 4? Huh?
I do think that that's a possibility. That's a possibility just because, you know, they still got to give some sort of reason to us to want to have the legendary champions and push that. But chat, let me know what you guys think. Where do you think, what would be a good number? +2, +3, +4 to kind of even out the playing field with a lot of these epics. I'm going to start this with Zero first.
Yeah, it needs to be +4.
Okay. So he's off the bat saying +4, guys. That's it.
Yeah, I didn't even consider +2, +3. So first of all, I mean, you already have the baked-in difference, like in base stats and stuff like that, and it really shows itself when you use like the handful of rare champions, you know, like your Cold Hearts, your Bellowers, and Reliquary Tenders. You know, those champs that can every now and then, you know, find a niche spot. Obviously, I'm thinking late game, not early game. Obviously, in early game, they're going to carry you, but like, there's so much more now that we can ascend the champions and the souls, and now ascend the gear and stuff like that. Like, even the ascension on the gear makes the legendaries and mythical that much farther.
Yep.
Now that I'm finally getting the Lady Mikage soul, and it's like the first one or the 4-star one, she's gonna have like 12,000 extra HP. Like,
yep.
Like that's basically a half an epic champion right there. You know what I'm saying? Just in the one in the blessing. So, in my opinion, it needs to go to 4. I can understand the argument, or 2 or 3 or something like that, but make it 4. My pet peeve is all these damn champ training events, and I have been eating all my epics. And so I went through my list. I might can get a +2 Godseeker and a +3 Geomancer, and that's about it. And I run 2 of each of those. So
hey, I'm just going to tell you one thing. Pull more shards, whale out.
Yeah, I know. That's
listen to your heart.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, we're going to well out more.
But you know, I'm looking at chat here. We got Crossout that's saying a +3 is good. Darren that's saying, you know, +4 would be better. But we've got Crush It that says 2-3 is definitely good. So we're, I again, reasonably, I think like a +2 is what's going to happen. But Gestal, what about you, man? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I have one guy that hangs out on my channel, Loriander. I don't know if you guys know him. Smart dude over there in Denmark. He said this was coming a couple weeks ago. I don't know. I think it might work for Plarium and whatever, but he said +2. They're gonna empower epics to a +2 because basically nobody's used them anymore, and they need to, they want to get them a little bit stronger and have people start using epics again. That's the first time I was like, damn, why +2? But I guess you can make sense. But even if you do a +4, like, you can manipulate the percentage upgrades from each of the empowerments too. So, +2, +4, I don't know if it really matters. I think what will matter is like what will be the upgrades for each empowerment and how that aligns versus legendaries and mythicals. If it's basically the same stat upgrades as like a legendary, a +4 would make, I think, a lot of champs really strong, and might even be viable. I don't even, like, maybe even in Live Arena. I don't know, but it will certainly, for sure, make Curse City significantly easier, and I think that's probably the big motivator in doing this. In my opinion, the only
thing I gotta say about that is if it's gonna make this version of Centranos easier, Curse City, what's going to happen with the next rotation? That is always going to be, we're getting this power creep because it is a power creep there, and maybe it's just their way of trying to, instead of rework a lot of the champions and buff them, they're just saying, hey, you know what? We're going to take the lazy way out and we're going to give you guys the empowerment and say, the hell with it. Now we only have to focus on the legendary champions. We don't need to focus on the epics, which kind of does leave like the rares in the dust. But like T-Bone is just saying right here, a +4 Fnac sounds pretty good. A +4 Fnac sounds pretty scary, to be honest.
Yeah, it really does.
I'm ready for that.
+4 Fnac sounds pretty damn scary. But
I think that's needed though. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I agree. I agree.
Put yourself in like mid game shoes, right? Like you're never gonna get a +1 legendary champion unless you forget or forgo faction guardians. So like those mid game people trying to do Curse City or whatever, they're gonna need a +2, all these different, because you're gonna get more epics through shard pools and stuff like that than they ever will Legos. So I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. Ken, what do you think?
I believe it's gonna be +4. It's just a little bit weaker version on the legendary, because if you look at the blessing system, we can 6-star the epic champion, right? We can 6-star mythical champion, we can 6-star rare champion, we can 6-star legendary champion, right? But their the stat percent they are getting are different, right? I believe the same system they are gonna use it. +2 doesn't make sense because Plarium want you to open more shard to make the champion +4, right? That's the point. So you have a +4 Fnac.
That's a whale mentality right there, Ken.
But it is true, though, man. It's a Gazuna game. What do you expect, man?
That's true. That's true. You are right.
Yeah, actually, there is more greedy game than that. Like, there is like +6-9 empowerment or something like that. That's crazy. Like, let's say you got like crazy good champion, right? You cannot use it. You need to pull him like maybe 20 more time so you can use him on the end game content, because the empower, like a +20 empower, make a big difference, So that's why, like, whenever the rate stopped, empower system +4, I got okay, it's not that bad, because I was expecting way worse than that. Obviously, +4 can make a difference, like +4 Duchess can make a difference, but you can still one shot the +4 Duchess with the +0 Rotos, right? That's what I'm doing. Right. Speaking of that, especially low spender free to play, I actually like 2 days ago did my first plus on my legendary champion. I +1 my Rotos. I got a third Rotos recently.
Nice.
Literally first one. Then I eat my 2 faction guardian on the Dark Elf to +2 my rule. They are literally my only plus champion, and still none of my faction guardian is max.
Damn.
So yeah, plus and legendary champion gonna be take forever, guys. Like I'm playing this game almost 5 years. This system, I mean, empowering a epic champion is obviously gonna be way easier than the legendary for the free-to-play low spender player. And there is lots of epic champion way better than legendary, guys. Like even the some mythical actually, like undead, dwarf maybe, you know, like Phoenix, like you guys mentioned, Seer, you know, some people cannot build her, you know. Maybe if you get lucky, if you have a multiple copy of her, you can build. Maybe the stat bonus you are getting for empowering her going to help you to build her. Obviously, this is also a good thing for us and game player.
Yep.
For the cursity, man. Like because Pilarium asking us guys use the epic champion against the Taras Maricha. You know, like
Exactly.
yeah, that's gonna be very nice, man. Especially for the cursity. I'm super excited about that. It's really good. I actually released a video as well recently, which epic champion were to empower. So yeah.
Well,
I
speaking
talk about all
about
of them.
that, which champions are going to be, you know, Haji over here coming out with the gala. You know, Sheeny's coming out with that video
Yes.
next week. Plot push next week. Sheeny's got +4 gala. Go ahead, bring it to Ross, bring it Marichka, whatever. We just one shot it because she gets to go again, right? Because if she's got a shield and everything, like I think she actually might start coming back. To be honest, at a +4 too, that's going to be, whew. But let me ask you guys. Looking at this now, right? When is going to be the most opportune times to open our shards? We know as endgame players, we target specific champions because our champion pools are so heavily, you know, we've got almost every single champion depending on how long you've been playing. But now with the epic champion empowerment, when is going to be the best time to open it? Is it going to be doing the 2x, the progressive chances? Is it going to be just, you know, whenever a shard event comes up? Let me start this off with Zero first.
Yeah, so I think to answer your question, both. And when I say both, I mean targeted, progressive chances that they do. So, like, obviously, if it's like, oh, I want my Venom Mage to be a +4 or whatever, and they throw the Venom Mage out there, this is your opportunity. And what's cool about it is you can actually pull a Venom Mage when you're at like +20 Mercy or whatever, 20x. And if you pull the Venom Mage, it'll still act like you didn't pull it and bump it up to 25, and you can keep pulling and maybe get multiple ones. So I think there'll be a huge incentive for that for the targeted ones, and then pulling the Kenpachi, putting yourself in Plarium shoes, and them greedy wanting money. Like, yeah, they'll probably do targeted epic things right after this. And it's like, okay, today we're gonna do Godseeker. Next week, we're going to do Geomancer. The next week, the top 5 epics are going to go through a whole month where it's like progressive. But then the other thing is the 2x, right? So you go up to 18% if my math is right on that. And there's a huge difference. I pulled some shards this weekend and without the 2x on. And there's a huge difference. You're definitely getting blue taxed left and right. And I the last time I did a big pull was during a 2x, and I got a whole bunch of epics, I feel like. So I think people will shift their shard mentality to target those, and knowing Plarium, they're gonna really go for a greedy situation. They'll be like, oh, here's a guaranteed champion. And right after that, it's 2x for Geomancer and Godseeker. Got to get more shards.
To your point, I think what's more likely going to happen is we're going to start seeing on every 2x, we're going to start seeing a progressive chance on top of that to try to entice more people to get those +4s. Because imagine, like a +4 Eurogrim, he's going to be able to solo quite a bit, right? He's one of the best epic champions to be able to solo some stage 20s and 25s. But coming in as a +4 for an account like mine, like my early whale account, if I got a +4 anything, it's going to skyrocket my progression, right? But I do anticipate that those are going to start coming up. Gestal, what about you, man? What do you think?
And sorry, I just have to before you do. You just made a really good point, BLAZIN. I think too, we've always said, like, us in-game people and playing for 4 or 5 or 2 years or whatever, I'm throwing a lot of money in the game. You just made a good point. They need a catch-up mechanic in the game for newer players. And I think what you just said is a really good way to get a catch-up mechanic mechanic for the middle, and because Epics are going to come flowing in, and they can pump them up, and they can probably take on more content faster and progress through the game faster to late game. So that's a good point.
Yeah. Which also makes me think, like, what else could we be getting something bigger coming down our way and more content, right? But Gestal, what about you?
Yeah, for my main account, it won't change anything. I don't feel like the only thing I care about on main account is getting George and mythicals. There's really nothing else that I'll pull for. I save shards for everything, and I basically saving shards for fusions and guarantees for either champs I don't have or George, basically. Free to play account. I could see. I don't know if it'll change much for that either. Honestly, I need to. I focus on making sure I get the fusion each month, and I just hang on to shards for that. So, like, shards to me are the fusions. So I don't really feel like my free to play, unless there's just like a champ that I would really love to beef up on the free to play that would like really like be a game changer. I would maybe target something, but I don't know if it really changed for either of my accounts. I'm just but as to what Zero said, I could see a lot of accounts, like probably the majority of them, 60-70% of them being early game, mid game, early late game, where they would need a +4 I don't know, seer or something that would really help them get through Doom Tower quicker and stuff. And I could definitely see people
seer with Crushing Rend. Oh,
yeah, you know what I mean, like that, like that's going to be hugely helpful for a lot of accounts. So I could see it for I would say the majority, over 50% of the accounts. I think I could see them changing when they're going to be polling for sure.
Oof. Ray here says the credit card is the catch-up mechanic coming up. I like that. All right, Ken, what about you, brother? What do you think?
I mean, I don't know, like, empowerment Epic Champion is worth the open shard for them. Still, end of the day, best champion are the legendaries, right? I mean, mythical, of course, but mythical shard is different.
Didn't you just say you got like top 60th with Magnar? And now you're going to say the legendaries?
Yeah, but Magnar with Kaimar, Warlord, and Lady Kimi, he wasn't alone. So.
Okay. But the main nuker was an Epic champion. Just saying.
He was. I mean, I've been using him. That's not. I did Platinum 60.
It makes them better. It definitely is.
He's hitting really hard. Trust me. His multiplier is super good. He can hit hard as much as Narcissus, actually. Maybe a little bit lower than him, but still very strong. And his condition doesn't require the shield or the strength, so. Magnar, I mean.
I'm ready for a Gala, to be honest.
Again, bro, like, there is lots of great Epic champion, like Ugo, like somebody mentioned on the chat actually, for the Hydra. Maybe you can make it DPS Ugo now, right? On the Hydra to boost your damage even further. Because the Empower definitely going to help you to do that. Shamal. I sadly cannot empower my Shamal because I don't even have a one. So...
Give him a Chevelle already, man.
No, man, I never got
Chevelle. Come on.
Yeah, Telerium, at least give me Chevelle for award.
That should be the reward, yeah.
You have no idea how many DM I got recently. Hey, bro, is Telerium give you something for the reward award show? I'm like, no, man, they didn't give me anything.
Yeah, you gotta get like a trophy at least, bro. You gotta put that behind
that would be cool, but nothing, literally nothing.
That'd be great.
Oh,
man. Shamail. Let's do it.
but yeah, I think there's gonna be. I mean, Misrider Dythe is another solid one. Gala, like
there are a lot of great epics, man. There are a lot of great epics.
+4, like I'm ready for it.
Maybe just open your shard during the tweaks.
Increasing your shows a ton of content.
But like even like Fat Man Slam is who I use in my Clan Boss team. But like just getting into +4
added damage.
He might crank out an extra 5 million damage. You know what I mean?
Speaking of the Fat Man Skullcran. Sinesha, Blender, they are gonna even hurt more.
I was just thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for the Epic Champion Empowerment. Like I'm ready for it.
Again, guys, this epic
I'm holding on
empowerment.
to them now. I was gonna feed them during the champ training, and you know what? It literally, like, I decided last minute. I was like, nope. You know what? I'm not gonna go for the champ training. I'm gonna start saving the epics. So you can see here, I've already got the Seers ready to go.
Let me ask you a question. I have a bunch that I fed to 5-star and level 26 to take up to 6-star.
Yeah, I would use those.
So
for
should I still
empowerment.
make them chickens?
I would
That's
use
tough,
those suckers
right?
for empowerment. I'm sorry.
You would? You'd pull them back instead of leveling up into a 6-star? You'd pull them back?
I guess this is going to bring me up to my next point, right? Which is, we have to see what the empowerment stages are going to be, right? What the stats are going to be, because empowerment for a legendary champion, for a +4 legendary champion, is 15 speed, right? We get, defense, we get 418, attack, we get 617, we got just shy of 6k HP. So the stats that we're getting, right, we're getting, we're getting crit rate, crit damage, so it's huge what we're going to be getting. So I guess that's
even the half of it is still great.
Yeah, exactly. Even half of it would still be good and would still help out with a lot of the med-maxing the builds. So honestly, like, how many more champions do you really need to make, 6 stars? Would it benefit your account more to have, a plus? And I guess it also depends on the champion as well, too, right? Like, if it's a Tulf the main, even though he can solo, what's his name now? No, Tulf the main can actually be used
Shogun,
as solo
right?
Shogun. He
Really?
can climb. He can climb up.
Oh, didn't
You can use him just as solo up to stage 25 and build your 25-man team. But even a champion like that could still be useful in some areas of the game. So I think that's really going to depend on like who the champion is and what stats we get, right? And we'll definitely dive into a little more deeper once we get a little more of the numbers wise, because that won't be shared. Like, my first question was in content creator chat was like, hey, Banana, is this going to be +2, +3, +4? And the response I got was, more information will be shared at a later date and time. Bitch.
Can't say that.
That's why I whispered it.
Just one quick. What's the off the top? Does anybody know the accuracy required for Amius, the Anus, as I like to call him?
550, I believe.
550. So yeah, like even my Venom Mage right now I'm using an accuracy buff to pump it, but my Venom Mage is sitting at 415. But I think just getting that extra, whatever it's going to be, accuracy and stuff, is just going to help you do that in-game content with some epics that, and again, they filter it down as like, oh, you need heal reduction, Venom Mage, I think that'll help. Especially, like we always keep saying, if they give us Nightmare, Brutal, Centranos, like I can't imagine. So you might need 600 accuracy, and having a +4 whatever may help you.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely think it's going to, see what we need. But, all right. So actually, shout out here real quick to MXPJ, another content creator. He actually just DM'd me. He had some stuff going on. So guys, we're going to take a small little pause break just so I can fix some things, but then I'm gonna share something else we've been working on. Now, some of you guys last week might have saw the new thing we're doing on the channel with the champion lore, and so each week we're gonna start showing off one of these. So while I get Mr. PJ on here, I want you guys to enjoy this.
Traveler, to the world of Teleria, a realm where heroes emerge, evil is defeated, and legends are forged. Behold, the hero of the High Elves, Elhain. Succession is a critical aspect of governance in any realm, and the Kingdom of Aravia was no different. Unlike its neighboring territories, Karok and Frostheim, the Elven monarchs possessed the unique prerogative to appoint their heirs. Typically, they would choose from among their progeny, but in the absence of suitable offspring, the sovereign had the liberty to select a worthy individual to ascend the throne. Such was the case with Queen Eva and her niece, Elhain. Elhain had long been the focus of her royal aunt, Queen Eva, who played a significant role in her upbringing, as the queen herself was childless. Eva's choice proved judicious. Elhane's remarkable talents and intellect flourished with time, and she became a fervent scholar from an early age. Night after night, she could be found immersed in her studies, her interests spanning from whimsical tales to the chronicles of antiquity. Convinced that Elhane's insatiable thirst for knowledge heralded a promising future, Queen Eva broadened her education. Elhane swiftly mastered the arcane arts and martial disciplines, with a particular affinity for archery. Yet, at her core, she remained an academic, fixated on a topic that repelled most of her mentors: the rift between the High Elves and the Dark Elves. As Queen Eva prepared Elhane for leadership, hinting at the possibility of proclaiming her as the heir apparent, Elhane's pursuit of knowledge transcended the written word. No longer content with simply understanding the Elven War, she pondered the feasibility of reconciliation. With her royal aunt's encouragement, Elhane delved into Aravia's vast repositories of knowledge, seeking any documentation on the Elven War. Her objective was not merely to comprehend the Dark Elves but to bridge the chasm that divided them, aspiring to transform adversaries into allies. Queen Eva endorsed Elhane's endeavor, yet she harbored reservations, as did all High Elves. Little did she know, Elhane's journey would extend beyond the annals of history and into the very heart of the conflict. Elhane's diplomatic ventures led her to clandestine meetings with the Dark Elf envoys, where she discovered shared grievances and aspirations. Through these encounters, Elhane began to dismantle centuries of animosity, laying the groundwork for an unprecedented era of unity and peace. Her efforts, once thought to be the naive dreams of a young scholar, now stood as a testament to the power of understanding and diplomacy.
All right, chat, we are back. Glad that you guys, let me know if you guys enjoy that kind of stuff, the champion lore. Kind of actually helped us out a little bit here in setting up and getting Mr. PJ into the show. So,
I think you should rapid fire make PJ answer the first two, Tavern and Epics.
Yeah.
And what his favorite sitcom is.
Let's do it. PJ, favorite sitcom?
Sitcom. Can I do I'll do like a Disney sitcom. Like, was this a Waverly Place? I don't know if you guys know that show.
Oh, okay, okay.
You know that?
Yeah, bro, I got kids.
Is that a sitcom? Is that considered a sitcom?
I'll take it.
Or like Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh. Oh, okay. Now he goes Nickelodeon on us.
Yeah.
Now he goes Nickelodeon on us. Okay.
Switching it up. Does those count?
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
shoot real quick your tavern improvements. What do you think about him?
Yeah, I saw the videos. I think they're definitely a good step. One thing I'm worried about is that it said that it was like limited to how many people you can plus like at one, or not plus, but like level up, like the 1 stars to 2 stars. Is that gonna be capped, or how many? I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
I think it's gonna be kind of like Watchers, where Watchers has like you can only do 10 at a time, like for a one click. You know what I mean?
But that's not bad.
But that's a good point.
Besides that, I also think I mean, I know this isn't like a issue for like me or like earlier mid game players, but I know a lot of end game and like whales that have lots of or need space that don't have a lot of space. Like I think you can only automatically feed uncommons and commons. Like let's feed rares, and I know some people feed epics too, which is crazy to me. But I know a lot of like end game people will be feeding epics as well. So just give us like an option for that, because there's only uncommons and commons, I believe, right? That you could like.
I believe you can do that. There's a filter, but
yeah, there's a filter that you're gonna be able to do all of them that you want. Let me see here.
Yeah, I saw that, but I thought you could only. I thought there were 2 different things.
So see, here it says feed rank 1 feed chickens, commons, uncommons, and then you can pick the priority of which affinity you want, and then you can pick which champions or which rarity you want.
Okay. So then maybe
Feed
that's not-
legendaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's good. I think the tavern's a big issue that people are really looking at to get improved, and this is definitely a step in the right direction. Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay. And your thoughts on the Epic Champion Empowerment? What? How many do you think we're gonna be able to go up to?
Yeah, so that one I think I actually might have a little bit different take. I mean, I only heard a little bit of what you guys thought. Yeah, so I don't know, 4 or 2. It seems like it's gonna be what it's gonna be like. At first, I thought it was gonna be 2, but then I did hear other people like kind of say like, Pelerium's gonna want to have us like get more shards, more champions, so it's gonna probably be 4. One thing that I'm looking at that I think is gonna like this supposed to be good for, or I guess all players, early, mid game. But I feel like it's actually not gonna really like impact them that much. Like I said in the chat, like Ken doesn't have a Shamel. I just pulled my first Madam Cirrus. I've been playing for 3 years, like a couple of months ago. So like there's like a lot of like insane champions that even endgame players only have one of or don't even have at all. So it's gonna be really hard for early mid game players to get multiple copies of these Husks or Ugos or Void champions. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like, yeah, if you do end up getting 4 or 5 that you can like an Ugo you can plus after you do your Faction Guardians maybe. But I don't think it's gonna be as simple as we think of getting, unless you've been saving for a long time and you have all them saved in the vault, which I don't think a lot of people do, or at least mid game and early game accounts definitely don't have that. It's gonna be tricky for them to get the empowerments.
Okay. All right, let's jump into artifact presets. Now, we weren't given a lot of information about this, and you know, I guess if we're going patch per patch, we're probably looking at about 3 months down the line before this comes into the game, because I don't think they're going to give us all of this at the same time. I would love it. I think that would be great, but I think they're going to space it out a little bit to be able to keep us happy over the next couple of months, because we are coming into the final kind of last part of the year here. But the artifact presets, how many do you guys think we should have? And then I'm gonna ask the question: should it cost silver for these sets to be swapped in and out? Let's start off with Ken first.
I mean, I believe it's gonna cost the silver because the next thing is coming. Artifact removal. What is that booster item? Mm-hmm. So I believe it's still gonna cost the silver. Otherwise,
I just want to say on that, when Centranos came out, I was a huge proponent for having scrolls for this. I was pushing. I was saying on that fact, I was like, just give us scrolls that we can pick when we want to do it. But go ahead, sorry, Ken.
Yeah, no worries. Man, first of all, I like to say something. They finally listened this show. We've been talking about this kind of stuff all week, like a couple of weeks ago, we actually mentioned that artifact preset. I actually mentioned that. I give the example about the Synchronos Cursite. Sometime your faction, your inventory gear is not enough to beat this floor, guys, and you guys need to give your best champion gear, like your arena champion gear. Even there is a free gear swap, you wait that. Even there's a free gear swap is there. Still paying in the the thing moving all the gear to champion, then you are beaten floor, and every gear need to be go their original owner. We don't know detail about that at the moment, but hopefully like let's say my Sifi, her current gear, I saved it, then I give her gear to the I don't know, like Rector, okay? Then I beat the content, and with one click, if I can get Sifi gear back to her, that will be great. Even it's costing the silver, to be honest. Okay. Even it's costing the silver, because it's gonna... Man, the end of the day, like, I always complain about clicking too much. Like, this game recorded clicking too much. And this thing is going to help a lot, man. So,
right.
I'm definitely... This is the second thing I'm really excited about it, actually. First is the tavern, and this is the artifact preset. Hopefully it's gonna work at least what I told. Hopefully even further, we can make like a couple of preset, that will be great. Obviously, like nobody wished it's costing the silver, but Raid is probably the only mobile game switching gear is costing the silver. But I believe they are gonna continue that, guys. I believe they are gonna sell. We are actually gonna mention about that. The item they just name it there. I believe they are gonna sell that if you guys want the free gear swap.
Hey, just a quick question. How many of you guys actually noticed this little note at the bottom? Because that just actually came up to me where it says, localization is subject to change.
They are playing safe, They got some lesson before. They are playing safe.
Okay, so we might not get everything in the order that we want, right? We might get Epic Champion Empowerment towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
Or, 2028. But how many presets do you think we should have? Ken?
Sorry, what did you say?
How many presets do you think we should have?
I mean, like, if we can do preset, like, one champion, one preset, that's fair enough for me, to be honest. But I wish, like, at least 3 preset slot for the one champion. That will be great. You can turn your arena champion ready for the Hydra, just one click in, Obviously, like, in the best scenario, you want to change your blessing and the masteries as well, but even the gear swap is still going to make a huge difference, man. Like, my Duchess is like 260 speed for my arena, because the stat recruitment on her cannot make her faster. But, she doesn't need 800 resistance for the Hydra,
So you
that would be great if
You think that where each champion is going to have one preset and that's how they're going to do it? You don't think they're going to say, okay, here's like 15 presets that you guys can have that you can put the sets together and swap them from champion to champion?
Like wardrobe system, you mean?
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah, could be.
Okay.
Hopefully more than 15 too. 15 is not enough.
Okay. Gestal, what about you?
Or you can upgrade it with your gem. Oh, sorry.
Yo. Why would you say that? Why would you say? Oh my!
Hey, I'm streamer of the year, okay?
Yeah, that won't happen again.
Going for next year already.
Gestal, what about you, brother?
Yeah, I guess the way I envision it is each champ has a set that you could save on them.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I heard it. That's just how I envisioned it. But now hearing all these different things, I think I would love for it to be multiple. I think that'd be even better. I would not really like the preset, like a 15 preset one. That would help, I guess. Just use it on like your main arena champs or something. But I just hope I would like it to be you can save a set per champ. And then, like, if you peel it off, you could hit a button and it would all go back to that champ or something. Like, that's how I would like it.
I like that. Chat, what do you guys think? How many presets should we be able to have if they do, like, a wardrobe function? Or do you guys think they should just do each champion has this gear and then you just click it, auto, and it goes right back? PJ, hit me.
Yeah, I think in my mind, ideally, each champion would have, like, I don't know, 3 to 5 slots that you could just have the gear, like, waiting for you, and you could just click on whichever set you want for whatever content you're doing, and then just swap it in and out. I think 3 to 5 would be pretty good for all areas. I think you could figure out sets to help you with that. Yeah, I think... I don't know, the whole wardrobe, if it was like 15 slots and you could do it that way, I think that would be a little less ideal. I think that'd be worse. But again, I'm just happy that they're adding this in the game. I mean, we've been talking about a lot of these things on this podcast specifically. I know we're going to get to it in the future. The when you mentioned earlier, the boost, the removal boost, but we talked about that a lot on the show, actually. So it's cool to see them. Like, I don't know if they're listening to us or they're just, these are some good ideas now. Like, they just woke up and realized these were good ideas. But whatever the reasoning is, I'm happy.
I told you, they have somebody out there watching us, making sure we're not breaking the TOS. So you know,
Keep it up,
eventually they're listening to all of us. But Zero, what about you, brother?
Yeah, and I think Sauce says that's kind of what I was thinking, because there's so many different areas of the game. I think minimum PvE versus PvP. So ideally 3 slots, right? And you could have a PvP build, a PvE build, and a Hydra build. And honestly, let's be real. Like, you got the meta arena champions, and some of them are built to really only do arena, but some of them are hybrid. You could use them in other areas of the game, but you're going to gear them for PvP because that's where you want them. So if you were to open this up, it kind of allows for all champions to kind of get used in the game in arena potentially, right? You know, maybe that +4 Magnar gets a showing again, and you can just swap out his gear to throw him in Hydra or something if you wanted to, or Doom Tower or whatever.
Okay.
So ideally, yeah, I would say like PvE, PvP, and then Hydra would be awesome. It'd be really awesome too if we had like specialty sets. So like, hey, we need our stun set. We need all of our champions to throw on their stun gear, the best 5 pieces of stun, meaning 5 different champions stun, and go let them get added. Versus I'm going to build this one champion to wear the stun gear only and go do Doom Tower for me.
You know, I think what you guys are, what you're suggesting is probably the more likelihood of an outcome, because I remember playing World of Warcraft, depending on like the class you played, you know, you could switch your gear and have your preset to that one. So if you were playing, let's say, like a Holy Paladin, you would have your healing gear on, or if you decided to go to a Rep Paladin, you would have your damage gear on, and you could swap it in and out like that. So I think that makes more sense, to be quite honest.
And let's
kind
be
of fitting
honest,
into that one. Yeah,
they built the game and their champions to be diverse, right? Like when I mean, Sun Wukong's probably the easiest example.
That's what I was going to use.
Yeah, he was the first one to come out. Everybody was like full accuracy because he needs to be able to land his stuff. And then we found out, holy crap, you know, if you keep his accuracy around 300, he'll still land his debuffs against their nukers because they're not building resistance. And he's going to smack the PP out of people, right? So, like if you were to build him full damage for arena, and then, hey, you know what would be awesome to run him in Doom Tower and let him go full accuracy and get that, 400 or 500 accuracy you need for him. Be awesome. And then final piece, one click, grab wherever that gear is sitting, whether it's from another champion or another, scoops it and throws it into the champion, and you just swap them out. Now, charge of silver, I think was your other question. They got to do something. The one thing I will say, and I was going to save this for the artifact removal booster item, they do need to do something to limit the people's ability to do this, right? So you could take your absolute very best champion and just free flow, throw whatever gear you need for them to content do, like left and right. I do think they need a way of limiting that. I think the silver was their way of limiting it. Of course, we hate that as a community with everything else we got in the game. But I do think if you could just swap all your gear out, why farm the gear? I just get my best 10 sets of XYZ gear, and I just swap it in and out for everyone, right? So I do think they do need some sort of way to limit that, and whether that's the artifact removal booster or keep the silver in place, I don't know what it is. Because it would kind of suck on the flip side, playing devil's advocate, to be in the arena and it's like, oh, this, I'm using my best champions, I'm putting the best gear on them every single time with no limits whatsoever, and you just get beat down. Like, at least the gear limits how devastating your opponent could be.
Good point.
So, I just throw it out there and let y'all chew on that. So,
I we'll have to wait and see exactly how it gets released. There's a lot of ways they could go about it, and it could be one of the number one things that comes out this year, just because what it'll allow us to do. Like, at the same time, I feel like it might not be as good as we expected, because the number one reason we run dungeons is to get the better gear. And so I feel like if we're able to kind of move the gear over left and right, what would hold us to, if we've got really supreme builds on some of our accounts, to kind of go out and farm those dungeons anymore, right?
Right. I got a brilliant idea. If they're listening, Player, if you're listening, here's your brilliant idea. 1 free wardrobe swap every reset. and then you had to pay your booster item or silver to swap it back. So you get one every 24 hours essentially, and then at the reset you reset it for all the champions, and in that way you wouldn't have people swapping back and forth, and that would kind of be the best of both worlds, in my opinion.
Okay.
Protects Polarium, protects the player base.
Okay.
I mean, you did a good point, but I feel like, like not always your best gear is fitting every single champion, like because champion base stat is different. Storm champion, for example, Queen Eva got a buff recently. She only did 85% crit rate, so giving her Georgette gear is not gonna fit. But yeah, I agree with you.
But I could take some gear from Georgette, I could take some gear from Rhodos, have this set.
True.
And then that's what her set's going to look like. That way I go in, I click the set.
Yeah, that definitely open the obvious if there is a free swap, I agree with the Zero.
Okay. So the next one is actually, it looks a little insignificant, but accessory filter. I can't tell you guys how many times I come in and I get so annoyed looking for the accessories because I'm like, okay, now we've got, what is it, like 8? No, probably even more, like almost 10 accessories.
Well, the worst part is turn on your equipped filter because it hides the set from you.
Exactly. And then
it's like, oh, wait, I got to remember what Stone Skin looks like or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. So, even though this looks insignificant, I think it's a feature that is welcomed, especially in my eyes. Like, I love it. I can't wait for it, and I think this should come now. But let's go ahead. I'll jump to Ken first. What do you think, man? Is it something you wanted, or could you not really care for it because of the Hell Hades optimizer?
I mean, actually, you surprised me. Like this, literally one of the things is underwhelming for me. That's not a big problem, to be honest.
Okay.
Just sell your normal accessory, then you are going to see the special one. We need a normal accessory anymore. Why you have a 1400 accessory? You are not going to use them. You are going to slay a reaction or whatever,
Okay, in some cases, yes. All right.
Don't get me wrong. Still, obviously, good thing. We take it. But this is not that, I mean, the game definitely have a more problem than this, bigger problem. But I'm okay with that. I don't mind. Okay. So it's a nice thing.
Chat, what about you guys? What do you think? Are you guys finding this feature, welcoming? Is it something you guys wanted? Gestal, what about you, my man?
Yeah, I kind of feel this. I like it. I feel the same way as you, BLAZIN. I have a difficult time. Not a difficult time, but it would just be nice to be able to sort through Slayer or just to see if you even have it, because I don't have a ton of all of them. But then you're kind of searching through each one, oh, do I have a stone skin? Do I have a protection here? It would make life easier. I don't think it was. It's probably the least of the ones of my favorite, but it's certainly something I'll use, and I'm happy they're doing it.
For me, especially because of Stone Skin, I look to try to gear most of my supports in one Stone Skin set, so it means I got to put some rings and banners or something, whatever, on them, and it's trying to go through it and see where it is, and it's shit, which one does it look like? Like what Zero was just saying. I think that's just my biggest pain of trying to see what it is, because then I can't filter it out. But PJ, what about you, brother?
Yeah, I don't think this is oh my god, thank you, Polarium, for doing this. You were the best ever. But I don't think this is it's not a little thing. I definitely have gone, myself, have been looking for certain protection or Stone Skin or Merciless or Slayer, and I'm just triple checking, quad checking, just okay, making sure I don't have it. Okay, making sure I don't have it. Am I sure I don't have it? Let me double check. So this way, you just will click if I have it or not. It'll be more confirmation and way just faster. You don't have to double check, triple check, and squint and see. Especially if it's you said, if it's equipped, you can't even see the little thing on the bottom left hand corner, the emblem. So yeah, I think this overall is a great quality of life change. I don't think it's super impactful for the game, but I think it's a good thing, and people have been complaining about this in the past, so they're listening.
Okay. Zero?
Yeah, Polarium, I'm open to consulting if you'd like me to solve all your problems. One quick fix you could do now is just move the equipped picture or move that little icon to the top right hand corner. I mean, I know you got your little red dot there. or top left corner or something. Just I don't think when they built it, they weren't expecting to add all these other sets, and then that changes the little icon. And again, it doesn't matter, but before it never mattered, right? It like if it's equipped and it's a Bannerlord piece, it's a Bannerlord champion. No big deal. But now they just need to move those little icons. Yeah, I can't wait for it. It's definitely something they needed, and I think one of my big beefs that I've said the whole time is they got to find ways to speed up this game. Now, these things that are coming are going to speed up the game, but they're only going to speed it up when you need to do the stuff right. Like, how often are you really looking for that accessory or whatever? Now, speed it up. It might make it 20 seconds versus 20 minutes, or 2 minutes versus 20 minutes, or something like that. So I'm all for that. But yeah,
well, I think fine. This is gonna highlight it more for the players that don't like using like the Hell Hades optimizer, or players like me who do like using the Hell Hades optimizer. And I say, okay, look, I've gone through my rings, amulets, and banners, and I want these locked in. Now I know, I can filter through all my stone skins and stuff like that and see which ones I want. So, it seems insignificant, but I think it's a good feature to come in. I like it. It's
a good feature, and I think it's a must-have.
Right.
Now that we have these 9-piece, combos, or 4 and 4-piece combos, like you are pulling off these crazy combos, and without these filters, I don't think it's as easy, like you said.
To your point, before it was just refresh, cleansing, and this. Now we've added, another 3 more in the last 6 months, where it's like, so yeah, it's definitely needed.
I feel like they are going to release more because they are doing this system now.
I think so too. So too.
I think accessory gonna be looks like a gear, like there's lots of gear set.
We better not have 50 accessories. I swear to God. Oof. I swear to God.
The worst thing is because they are special, like you need to keep even the doesn't make sense at all stat, like my Cupidus weird in defense banner, like.
So this the next one. Listen, I don't want to make my ego any bigger than what it is, but since day one when Centranos came out, I have said that this needs to come out. We need some sort of scroll or something that's going to allow us to pick when we want to do the gear swap. And so, community, you're welcome. I'm joking. But I have been a huge proponent of this, and I feel like it is one of the biggest things that we could have. We do need that free gear swap that they do every couple of weeks, right? But I think overall, being able to pick, even though Ken is going to mention that it's going to be heavily monetized, and you're going to have to use your gems.
Hopefully we can use the gem.
Yeah, right.
Because there's something you cannot use the gem.
I feel like we should definitely have this, and I think, they don't need to go crazy with it. They could give us 5 throughout the rotation of the month, or we can get 5 by doing our dailies and stuff like that, 1 a week or something like that, to be able to use it when we want to. And I think that's going to help a lot of people out tremendously. But assuming that it's going to be something like this, could it be something else? It's possible. But Ken, I'm going to throw it to you first. What are your thoughts on it, man?
I mean, bro, you have no idea. Like, my takeovers are increasing a lot, man. Lots of people are coming to the stream, hey, bro, I need help during the free gear swap. It's helping a lot, man. Because if the champion wearing 6-star gear, and if another champion also wearing 6-star gear, if you want to switch them, I think it's costing like 1.5 million silver just to switch in the gear.
I think
not doing upgrade or
that's without accessories. It's 1,000 silver per piece to switch, so it's 1,200 silver.
Okay,
1.2 million. So
okay. So it's a huge silver, It's special, like when you build on like 6 different champion, stuff like that for the Hydra takeover. And I cannot help them during that time. I mean, everybody, because it's taking some time to build in champion, Even I'm streaming every single day. Would be nice to split the community right now, man. Somebody can say like, hey, bro, I have this thing active. I want to redeem takeover today, Can you help me? Stuff like that. That would be amazing. Hopefully we can access that for in-game activities. Like we can either purchase with the Jam, or like they probably gonna put some of them on the tournament event reward. Not gonna say it's gonna be easier, but yeah. Hopefully it's gonna be easy, like a XP day boost. Like man, like I have like 1 year XP days boost or something like that. That's crazy. I never purchased that, so how much?
39 weeks.
39 weeks. Yeah, like I don't think it's gonna be that easier, but it's a good, to be honest. Like I like it. Like even like we can get like couple of time from the event or the tournament. There's gonna be obviously cooldown. Like it's going your inbox like XP day boost. Hopefully for 99 days, so you can use it whenever you need it. It's a great.
Yeah. No,
Actually, nobody.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Beside nobody was thinking about that actually. Like that's a great idea, to be honest.
Like I said,
And
I've just
also makes sense too, because if you look the XP boost showed again, when the free gear swap is active, there's going to be a little icon next to the FP. Like system already ready for that. They just need to release an item that you can obtain for in-game activities.
When did I buy the raid card? I don't know.
It might be charges your card automatically if you don't turn it off. It re-ups, resubscribes.
It's a subscription, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. You have to automatically turn it off.
Oh, well, that explains why I have so many multi-battles. Gestal, what about you, brother?
Yeah, this seems to make the most. Well, what makes the most sense would be, as a lot of people have already said, cut off the silver for doing any of this stuff. It doesn't make sense. You spend enough money. You spend enough silver. I think ranking up gear. I don't think you have to double tap us with removing it when we're swapping gear around. But if they're going to continue to do it, then I think this is a good way to kind of give people the ability when they're ready to get into Soul Cross to use it then, and then do whatever swaps they want. Hopefully it's like a 3-day like they've been doing. Yeah, I imagine it would act like an XP boost. You click on it. They do have a 3-day XP boost. So I think it'll be something similar to that, except for it'll just be, the banner goes up for the gear removal, and yeah, I guess it makes sense. Like I said, I would prefer them just to do away with it completely, but if they're going to keep it, then this helps. This is better than having it a set date and making everybody have to do it all at the same time.
Skella TV just pointed out a good thing here. What if it's only per champion? That would suck.
Oh, God. That would be horrible.
Would suck.
I mean,
unless you can. I mean, unless I hope not. Plarium, no.
Unless they give you like 100 of them.
I don't think so.
No.
That'd
be a lot. Yeah, that'd be a lot too.
I would hope not. I mean, the only way I would be okay with that is if we get like 50 or 60 a month or something like that, because fuck. PJ, what about you, brother?
Yeah, I'm super excited about this. Like we were saying earlier, we've talked about this a lot, like this exact thing, like a free gear removal, but like an XP boost,
like a scroll, yeah.
Removal. Yeah. So I'm really excited. I'm happy that they're adding like halfway through Centranos, we're getting a free gear removal, but again, like that doesn't fit for everyone. Maybe you're busy that weekend. Maybe you already have plans. Like you can't work, or you can't get on the game for that specific time for the free gear removal. Well, here you go. You have a scroll for 1 day or 3 days or however long for you to use it whenever your little heart desires, and I think that's amazing. I'm really hoping that I think it's going to be, like we mentioned, it's going to be like a 1-day boost. Like they've already had it in the game. We've seen, like Ken said, they have the coding in the game. We've seen the little flag, the little emblem. I don't think it's going to be like a one champion use thing. At least I hope not. That'd be really, really not ideal unless we get like 150 a month or something. But yeah, overall, I'm super happy about this. We've been talking about this for a long time, and I cannot. Hopefully, it's in the game sooner rather than later. Can't wait.
Agree. Yeah, no. The more and more I'm thinking about it, Skella TV, I think you're right, man. I think you're right, and I hope not. I really do, because this could be, especially for myself. Like I get when it comes time for takeovers. everybody's like, I always suggest to everybody, I'm like, listen, put your silver into leveling the gear up, and then we'll abuse those 3 days. But by the time those 3 days come, I'm not paying attention, and it's literally for 3-4 days consistent. All I'm doing is takeovers and trying to help people, progress and stuff like that. So I think, doing it this way, as long as we can hold them on for a little bit, it would be good. But yeah, will it be monetized? Of course. Zero. What about you, brother?
So what I'm hearing is send all account takeovers to Ken, PJ, and you, BLAZIN. All right, Gestal, you get in on the account takeovers too? Do you need me to send them your way?
I'm a live arena specialist. I'm good here.
Fair enough, because I do not like doing them.
I'll be giving you my account for live arena, Gestal.
Like I said, I think it's good. And again, to take Player's side and to protect us side, it does need to be a limited thing. Now, Player's going to monetize it or whatever, do whatever they need to do. But again, think of that, set a stone skin that's perfectly ascended now that we've been given the ability to re-roll the ascension and stuff. And it's like, this perfect set of Uber whatever gear, and it's your best set of gear. If you can just swap that in and out left and right to 10 different champions without any type of penalty, it could hurt us. Or from a live arena perspective or whatever, right? Or a tournament, or thinking like these different tournaments and things like that, where they do pit us against each other, if you will. So kudos to them to doing it. It needs to happen. We don't need to pay 1.2 million silver for every single thing. We need to swap around when we need to swap it around. And I tend just not to swap gear until we get the free gear things. And I do
Same
like
here.
the idea that, again, an effort to speed up the game, that when that happens and you go into the depths of that, and especially if you take it from the top down, it's like, okay, these are my top 5 champions. They're going to get my best gear. Try, boom. And then you end up nerfing 30 other champions because of it. And you got to go fix all of them. It would be nice to be able to plan it. And PJ makes a good point, right? With you had plans that weekend or whatever versus the hard code.
Right.
So all of those are fantastic ideas. Kudos for Plarium for thinking about it. And if it is an item, I'm okay with it being limited because of the factors that I mentioned earlier.
Right. And Skeleton TV says here too, and I agree with this. At the end of the day, they are a business. They got to make money. And listen, like Ken says, thank God for the whales that allow me to play this free to play.
Okay. And now I want to make a point here, because this is the other thing I've been thinking about all day is, I don't know if y'all saw the drama in the gaming world over the last 2 weeks, but I don't know if y'all saw what happened with Escape from Tarkov and things like that. Have y'all seen or followed that drama? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Okay, real big nutshell, but this applies to this, okay? So where it applies to this is keeping your player base happy, keeping player retention.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Keeping your player base happy. So I get it where they want to monetize everything and make money. They're going to make money by keeping their player base happy, and they're going to make money with new players coming in and saying, oh, I would really like to play this game more, but it takes me 13 hours to change around my artifacts and all my silver to change around my artifacts. So keeping the player base happy is fantastic. And for nobody that knows what happened, so, and I'll keep this a minute or under, just so they're aware. And I think this is an important lesson for all game companies to follow and listen. So, long story short, Escape from Tarkov was like, we got this really awesome shooter, and it is one of the best realistic looter shooter games, and kind of created his own genre of games. And they basically sold like a $150 pack. And specifically with that is like, hey, we're going to build this game. This is what it's going to be over the next 6 or 7 years. You pay us $150 now, and you'll get all DLC and everything. Okay, so fast forward to January, they kept that pack always in the game, and they finally got rid of that pack. But then in the last 2 weeks, they released a $250 pack because I think the company ran out of money because it costs so much to run their servers. and they basically keep it's a popular game, and people keep playing it, and it's costing them bandwidth and server capacity, plus still developing the game. So they haven't even technically delivered the game out of beta yet, and they sold this other piece. And what they did was they said, okay, we're going to offer PvE, no PvP at all, for people to buy this $250 version. And then the community that's like, hey, we've been supporting you for 6 years, and we bought this super expensive thing at the time, which is probably $250 accounting for inflation back then, right? 6 or 7 years ago. And I mean, they caught a huge crap storm, and their whole purpose was to make money. So I think they've run out of money, and they need to make more money. So that's why they kind of rolled this out, and they basically said, "Hey, it's not DLC. This thing. This is another game mode." And the people that supported them this whole time is like, "Look, this is DLC. I don't care how you want to spin it. This is DLC. You owe the existing player base this as part of what you sold." And then what was even crazier was the main streamers that were streaming it live during stream, they were reading through the different packs. And again, this pack isn't even sold anymore. That $150 pack's not even sold anymore. And they started changing their website live and not updating their thing. So like it was a major like class action lawsuit type scandal that happened. But I think keeping the whole point of that is just keeping your existing player base money. You don't have to monetize every single penny. And you will get better monetization later. Again, roll out the Epic thing, make it +4. Maybe people will want to buy more shards to get the +4 empowerment. You don't need nickel and dime this every single step of the way.
So I always think back to World of Warcraft. I mean, it was a subscription-based game, and I think they have kind of, the game has taken a change from what it used to be, but I think overall they kind of did it the right way from the start. Being subscription based, they sell the expansions, and that's it, right? There's some of the microtransactions inside the game if you want to get specific things, which is fine, but it's more about keeping them happy. And I think for the most part, listen, it's one of the longest running games, that Diablo. I mean, come on. All right, so the big thing, guys. One of the things
I think to say about that.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, kind of needs to go back off of Zero said. I guess if this, obviously they're gonna have to monetize it, but if it's super heavily monetized and it's you have to win the event or tournament, or it's gonna be hard for free to play early players to get these type of boosts, I think it's gonna be a big L. It really needs to be available for everyone in the game to be able to get this.
Yeah.
I know they need to make money, but it needs to be available for everyone. That should be really important.
Like I said, as a person, because I think 5 a month is reasonable. Right now, we get 4 days of free gear removal. It's easy just to do the scroll and give us 4 or 5 a month, right? That way, we just get to pick them and do them whatever we want, as opposed to just having the 1 day. Now, the big thing, guys. This is going to eliminate so much damn drama. So much because the double Yumiko Trender comp sucks completely. There are so many other ones out there. But Hydra participation clash rewards. Honestly, as long as we're able to get at least 1 or 2 pieces of gear, even the bottom chest, I think is going to be huge. And I know Ken's going to say just don't put 5-star gear in it. But hey, even if it's just epic 5-star gear, I'll take it. But I think this is definitely welcome. This is definitely wanted. And I think this is going to make it so people at least start doing Hydra and focusing some of their teams on, and not worry about trying to compete in every single week, as it is the most excruciating pain. I mean, I was watching 4-0 last night doing his double Trunda Yumiko team, and I'm like, bro, it was an hour run. I don't have that time. I'm not going to sit behind here and do, imagine having to do 2 of those runs or something like that. Hell no. But I'm going to pass this off to Zero first, man. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I do I know some people made the negative comment participation trophy, especially us older generation, where if you didn't win, you're last. If you're not first, you're last type mentality.
I'm taking this the same way I'm taking Hydra Clash, right? You're going around, you're doing your dailies, you're doing your stuff, and you're getting something out of it. And I think that's perfect. I think that's perfect, because there's a lot of players out there that do put their Hydra keys in that are not going to compete against, a clan like Mad or ET or, SP or whatever. Any, and you come in last, but you put in the hard work, you did your keys, you should still get something. Yes, I know it sounds like a participation trophy, but you did the work. You helped your clan compete. How is it any different from Hydra Clash?
I agree with all that. And I think the point I want to make is I don't like the intergaming of the system that clans and things do. Meaning, like if we win several Hydra clashes, we get put up against a harder opponent, and then all of a sudden, as a clan, we'll intentionally tank that week.
Yep.
Same thing in CVC, right? Like, oh, you're getting paired up against harder people. It's harder to win, more resources, right? You got to put 20 million points versus 13 million points as a clan, right? And so you get into this like weird back channel, intentionally throwing a few weeks. And I think, while there's still maybe some of that, getting at least something for putting your week, running your keys and getting your weekend is still cool. And I think a lot of people were intentionally trying to manipulate it because it's like, you know what? If we get first place 3 weeks in a row, I'd rather tank the 4th week so that we can get first place 3 weeks in a row and again. And so I think maybe if everybody gets rewards, it may cut down on some of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it just makes a lot more sense. But PJ, what about you, man?
Yeah, I mean, everyone talks about the participation awards and it's getting soft and stuff, but this is a game. It's not real life. It's okay. And I think that if you put in the time and the effort to build a Hydra team and run the Hydra keys, I mean, unless you're doing like the very bare minimum and like just like throwing whatever in, but if you're putting some type of effort in and trying to build teams, I think you should get rewarded for your effort. I mean, you shouldn't get as good of rewards as like first place.
Exactly.
Maybe you should up first place and make first and second a little bit better. But I think that it sucks putting in time and effort, and if you to get sniped, even if you're sitting third and you get sniped to get to fourth, like it's not ideal. It sucks getting sniped. It sucks to put in effort and not get rewards. And I think that this would just be a good boost to all Hydra. Every early game, mid game, end game, give more people a reason to try to do it to get some rewards.
Oh, okay. Gestal, what about you?
Yeah, I feel like they should have launched it like this. It's I don't look at it as participation trophy at all. Pretty much everything else you interact with in this game, you get rewards, except for maybe CVC. But even at that, you're still getting a ring as long as you guys, competed well or something. You typically will at least get one accessory, unless you just get blown out. Yeah, but the biggest problem with this to me is it's just so hard to get these pieces. And I personally felt like, I mean, kind of what happened this week. Like, mad when they go no free to play, basically kicked out all the free to plays.
Yeah,
as a set, like I've been saying that
or something. Yeah,
I heard it was more like they kicked out all the free plays.
Basically,
Shinny's not mad anymore. So, and he's one of the best players in the game. So. Does that make sense to you that because you have to get top Hydra, you're going to break up clans? Like that's really what I saw was going to happen.
Yeah,
it kind of happened. Whatever. I mean, I've been in the same clan for 4 years, man. I got friends from that clan. I talk to them more than I talk to some of my family members. So like I don't want to leave my clan, but if I left my clan, I would have that stone skin accessories I need or the protection accessories I need, because we don't take Hydra that seriously. But if they had given the ability to, even if you guys come in 5th, here's a couple accessories, might not be the best rarity, or it might be 5-star, but at least you're still like I would take a 5-star attack protection ring for undead. I don't even care, and I would slap it on my Siffy so quick to get a 9-piece protection. And I can't get it because we will never come in first. I don't think we will ever come in first unless we just get like a super easy week.
You are going to get Ogre Try.
Yeah, and I never get what I need. So it's just that's always been super frustrating to me. I feel like I felt like Hydra Clash was going to be a clan killer. Maybe it really hasn't been, but I kind of feel like it has been.
Okay.
I have another
so I'm glad they're doing
thing
this.
I'm kind of thinking about.
Yep.
Sorry to cut you off, but
I was done.
It's kind of like a vicious cycle because you need to do live arena to get better Hydra scores, and to do live arena, you're looking for those like stone skin accessories, and to win those stone skin accessories, you need to win Hydra Clash. And so it's like it's like so if you want to win Hydra Clash, you need a better Hydra, which you need Live Arena. So it's like this triangle or this like circle of Hydra, Arena, or Live Arena, and if you're not doing some of those, that also can impact how you perform and how it works. So I think I don't know, breaking that cycle could be interesting. I don't know how they would break this cycle, but I also see that kind of being like a cycle that people are in.
Yeah, I think it's overall. I think it's a good thing coming to the game, and I welcome it. But Ken, what about you, man? I know you want that 5-star rare piece.
No, I mean, to be honest, like if the last clan at least get a 5-star, I'm okay with that. To be honest, it's better than nothing. So
agreed.
The thing is, biggest problem on the Hydra Clash guys or the CVC, matchmaking. This game biggest issue. I don't know how they can fix it, because it's based off your your previous performance basically. So if the Whale clan, top 10 clan doing nothing on the no PR CVC, because you did something on the no PR CVC, you are gonna face them on the PR CVC.
Right.
Everybody know that. Everybody using this tactic. Plerium also know that, and they doing nothing about it.
Yep.
So that's the CVC part. Hydra Clash, they tried on the Hydra Clash. It's not that simple. It's a 4 weeks long. So game is looking your 4 week performance. Then it start matchmaking that. But let's say for example, we are kind of using this tactic. We are 1 month tanking. Then next month we are pushing, right? It's an easier opponent for us.
Mm-hmm.
But for our enemies, it's not fair for them,
Right.
They cannot win against us.
Right.
That's not fair. At least they can get some reward. That's the good thing. Because if you keep winning your Hydra Clash, if you keep doing your best performance, end of the day, you are going to see IPR, Met, or whatever,
Of course.
Which is, you can't win against them. So you keep losing then, you don't have options. You need to tank. You literally don't have option. Unless you have a Elon Musk friend can, purchase every pack for every clan member, Obviously, Hydra Clash itself just annoying content, man. You need to game is forcing you to do Hydra hours and hours. I actually catch the PJ a couple of times on the stream. He's doing Hydra 1 hour and boom, he's resetting. He's trying again. It's so stupid. RNG element is very high on the Hydra. Everything can go very well. Then the poison head, boop. You just pump it on the perfect timing, man. I feel like they are using ChatGPT or something like that. I never seen smart AI like that before. They also say in future, your HP burst skill on the cooldown, boom, poison cloud.
Yeah.
You just provoke heads coming up.
Yeah. And again, if the everything even go perfectly 3%. By the way, speaking of that, can we sweet the Plerium about this 3%? Because it's not on the game. There is a champion skill saying after rebook, it's going to be 100%, but theoretically, it's not 100%. It's 97%.
Yeah.
They need to change there, they need to change something. If I have one, I will sweet.
It's definitely something for us to talk about.
It's 97%.
I have another thing.
On something.
What about
that's great, man. Even they are even the last clan, number 5th clan, getting at least 1 5-star stone skin or the protection accessory. That's more than enough.
What about thoughts on lowering the chest requirements for early to mid game clans? Because 35 million for the lower chest, people might not be getting that.
All right, so
wait, do you hear me?
Yes, no, I heard you.
Yeah.
He's getting interrupted.
I think that would help, PJ. I think it would help.
Early mid game, people aren't even getting a chest. Even if they are winning their Hydra Clash, if they're not getting 35 million plus, then it's useless.
I mean, there is a different point for the chest, though. They cannot get to top chest, but there is a
But they can get to 35. The bottom lower chest.
Hey, you're talking about even that not that high. I mean, not that low.
Let's say you're one keying normal Hydra, and that's all you, or normal and hard. I don't think that's enough.
Normal one doesn't have a multiplier, by the way.
Right.
Yeah,
I guess
normal doesn't have a
hard you
multiplayer.
could. Yeah, so if you do one key, or I guess if you one key hard, you would get it. But yeah, normal. If you're just hitting normal,
I mean, if you are that early, like you don't really need the stone skin or the protection accessory, to be honest. Like,
True,
it's
true.
probably not that big deal for you.
Oh,
what's the point of having the chest there just to look at it to never be able to actually, I don't know, get it?
Just be better. Play more.
I guess we'll have to wait and see how they implement it again. There's a lot of things that, you know, speculation is speculation. That's all we can pretty much say. But all right, guys. So it is that time again. It has been a wonderful 2 hours. Huge thank you to all of you guys for coming and watching us. Huge thank you to all of you guys for, you know, sitting here chatting with us for the last 2 hours. I do want to give 2 shout outs real quick because we got some follows earlier in the show. We got Kritzfa, who followed. Thank you very much. And Sneaking In is another one. Thank you very much for the follow. Diesel, thank you very much for the follow as well, sir. I appreciate you. All right, so hey, real quick, where can everybody come and find you guys? Gestal.
Gestal Gaming on Twitch and YouTube, and gestal.gg is the website.
All right, PJ, what about you, brother?
MXPJE on Twitch, stream pretty much every single weekday. Try to do 2 times a day as much as possible.
All right, Zero.
I don't know how he does that. Find me, Zero Brew, all spelled out, one word, on the YouTubes and the Twitch. Sunday, Tuesday, Friday nights, and we've been doing some day streams on Mondays and Thursdays.
All right, Ken, what about you, brother?
Streamer of the I'm sorry, FinalKenpachi.
Streamer of the year.
Streamer of the year, yes.
Get it right.
FinalKenpachi on the Twitch. We are going live every day, guys, except Sunday on the Columbus Reset. And at the same time, YouTube, FinalKenpachi. Trying to push the tier 3, guys, so more sub, more follow definitely can help. That will be amazing. Thank you.
Let's go. His goal is set for the end of the year, guys. He's got what, 5.5 months. So no, 6. I don't know, 7.5 months. 7 months. 7 months. Right? Because we're in May. 7 months. All right. Hey, shout outs. Let's go with Zero Brew first. What you got for a shout out for me, brother?
Because the guy is trolling me right now in chat. Let's go with Bronk Cat Herder. He's been throwing out a lot more content on his YouTube, and he's just an awesome dude, part of the community. Always very helpful when he comes around in chat and stuff like that, and also streams on Twitch. So shout out to Bronk Cat Herder.
Definitely. Actually, I had a nice conversation with him earlier this week, trying to go through some thumbnails and stuff like that. So, great guy. Love to chat with him. I think he said he wants to be on next week. So, if he's around, he's welcome. PJ, shout out for me, brother.
We got Mr. Pogo Pink Tie. Some of you guys might know him. Another awesome raid streamer. Also doing some ARC as well. He does tons of free-to-play, grindy account. Like he did the free-to-play Hell Hades account, grinded that, got a bunch of the fusions on that. Really good dude, really chill, super fun, and yeah, check him out. Here's the link I just posted in the Twitch.
Nice. Yeah, Pogo Pink Tie. Actually, he's another union brother of mine, works out for UPS out in LA. So huge shout out to Pogo Pink Tie. Definitely. Mr. Gestal, what about you?
I want to shout out Daffodil. Been on the show with us before. Great streamer. Go over there, check her out. Yeah, Daffodil Lily. What is it? Daffodil? Can we get the post in there?
Daffodil Lily.
Daffodil, what's up? I saw you in there earlier. Give her a follow. She's awesome. Ton of fun. But I also want another shout out to Kenpachi for winning.
Thank you, man.
Winning the Streamer of the Year is very deserved. Very deserved. He's an amazing streamer. If you guys aren't following him, definitely go give him a follow. He's an awesome dude too. So
Nice.
Congrats on that, man. That's great. I hope they give you a trophy or something.
They better, right?
Just give me Shamal, please.
I think we should start a petition.
A Shamel skin based on FinalKenpachi. Let's get it.
Oh, there you go.
Let's get it. Then they have to give you a Shamel.
Nobody gonna buy that.
Hey Ken, what about you, man? What you got for a shout out?
I like to shout out the one of the award show. How to say that host Noob Raid.
Yep.
Man, he did a great job. Like seriously, like he was really professional, you know, like he
Yeah,
was the one of the person was very natural there, you know, like almost like not acting or stuff like that, you know. I have to give him his right. And I also thank you all for voting me and make this happen, guys. Appreciate for it. Streamer of the year. Been streaming rate over 3 years on the Twitch, pretty much every single day. Was long journey. Thank you everybody for supporting me over the years. Appreciate for it.
Hey, well deserved, man. Well deserved. So my shout out's actually gonna go to somebody who's standing right next to me, and somebody who's been putting up with me for, again, 20 years. As I mentioned earlier in the show, my wife has been with me for 20 years. She's sitting here right now. I'm trying to get her to come in the camera, but she's not gonna do it. She's looking at me. My son's already right here wanting to come in, but my shout out's gonna go to my wife for putting up with me for 20 years now. I don't know how
Happy
she did
anniversary.
How does she do it?
it.
What's
That's
the
a good
secret?
question. How did she do it? But you know, a huge shout out to all you guys again. You know, thank you again a lot for supporting us. All the content creators here are wonderful. Make sure you guys give them a follow. Twitch side, we're gonna go raid Mr. Basar, who is another fellow raid content creator, official raid content creator for Raid Shadow Legends. Great guy, actually really smart. So make sure that when we hit him up there, you guys give him a follow, give him a shout out, show him some love. And as always, guys, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other. We'll catch you guys next week.
PJ.